Hello everybody, Big Beardy back again, and this is part 2 of how to get customers as a courier or through the CX, and we're going to be talking about end user customers today. But before we do, please leave some comments, let me know what you want to think. I'm doing a Q&A in a couple of days time. I want to put some stuff out there for you people, and please check out the Discord if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing some live chats on there very shortly. Links down below. And check out the new channel if you wouldn't mind. It would be great. Big Beardy Show. Do a load of fun stuff on there. Right, now the selfless plugs out of the way. Let's get on to it. Getting your end user customers. It is extremely difficult to do it through the CX. I've mentioned this if you watched the first video, which I dropped the other day, yesterday I believe. It's very difficult to do it through the courier exchange because the courier exchange, from a position as a courier, is aiming to contact you with shippers, not end user customers. That's not what it's for. So let's look at how we can get our own end user customers without using the CX. Like I said, it's very difficult for the CX. So first of all, you need to figure out, I'm just going to get a little bit more comfy here because my butt's hurting, got bad back. You need to figure out who you need to be targeting. There are some big no-nos which are not impossible to get, but will be very difficult to get and probably not worth wasting your time. So let's use an example. Let's use Britvic. We all know Britvic. They do little bottles of juice and spirit mixers and all that sort of stuff. Britvic. I did a job going into them probably about a year ago now. I think it's in Magna Park just outside Rugby that their warehouse is. They have a ginormous warehouse. It's massive, huge. It's on an industrial estate, but the industrial estate is, you've got like Argos there, you've got loads of big transport companies like DPD there, Britvic, big engineering companies. These are massive, massive people. As a new person, as a new shipper who's out there, if you've been doing this job for not that long, don't even try with them. They have big company shippers, and what I mean by that is they have the Crown Couriers, the Speedy Freights, the Nationwide Courier Service, all these big names in the industry. They are their shippers. Why? Because they have experience, they've got thousands of jobs under their belt, they're well known, they have guarantees in place in case stuff doesn't make it or ends up damaged. Their insurance is probably through the roof, so they're probably insured up to like 250,000 per load rather than us little people. It's like 10, 20, 30,000. You will not be able to get in the door, let alone speak to someone, let alone win it. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. All I'm saying is highly unlikely. And when I go into the examples why it's hard to get customers in the first place, you're going to see why. So who should you be aiming for? Well, the people I aim for are companies on small industrial estates. And when I say small, I don't necessarily mean the size of the industrial estate. I mean the sort of companies that set up there. Small engineering companies, small furniture making companies, chop shops and places like this. Bars recently have came into, a lot of people started getting bars because of COVID and getting stuff like that. Auction houses, another good one. You're going for these people because they aren't going to need a masses. They're not going to be sending 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loads out a day, an hour or not. It's going to be a couple of jobs a week. These are the people you want to be starting with. You can grow later, but you want to be starting with these because you can do a lot of the loads for them. You can put, you can learn how to get the loads on. If you are using the CX, you can put a few loads on the CX for other people to do for you. You can keep a very good relationship going with these people as well. Because they're small, when you go in, you're usually talking to the boss straight away. You walk in the door, hey, can I talk to the manager? I'm the manager. These might be 1, 2 or 5 men operations. It's very easy to talk to the person you need to talk to. Where it comes difficult, this is where it comes very difficult. And most of the hurdles you're going to find are, they've already got a courier. Most people who need a courier already have their preferred courier. Makes it very difficult for you to get in there. They don't know you. You need to build that relationship. I'll talk about that in a second. They might not need a courier at all because they just don't have stuff that needs currying in a van your size. This is one that does my nutting. I've been in places, oh, we don't need long wheelbarrows. No, I can do small jobs. Oh, no, yeah, but you've got a big van, it'll be more expensive. No, I will do it for the price of the van. No. And it can become a problem. Pricing might be too high for them, especially for small startups. They might be looking to get something moved, and it's a lot cheaper for them to move it through something like Shipley rather than the CX or an independent. So there's lots of reasons why it's hard to get the work. How do you get the work though? Well, first of all, persistence. You need to keep knocking on those doors constantly, handing out those I've forgotten the name of them now. That's bad, isn't it? Cards. Business cards. That's the one. So handing out those business cards. You need to be going around to people regularly. And the most important thing, and something you cannot plan for, you need to be at the right place at the right time. You think when people who need couriers will need a new courier. Either a courier's gone out of business, the courier's fucked up, their last courier, and they wanted someone new, or they're brand new and they are just looking for their first courier. Think how often those three things happen. Now we're seeing the problem. Now we're seeing why it's so difficult to actually get your own end-use customers. It's not, if you're a big, small courier company, you've got 10 vans of your own, so you're at that place where you're not just a couple of people or a one-man operation. You've got your own vans, and it's a lot easier to win work because you can say, look at the size of us, we're reliable, we're trustworthy. As a single-man operation, a lot more difficult. You have to either get in there when they've just lost the courier because the courier's got out of business, or the courier messes up, or they're looking for their first courier. They're the three situations you are looking for. And then you have to be the first one there, or you have to be the best one there, because there might be 2 or 3 people who are doing the same thing as you. Now we're seeing the difficulty of getting your own end-use customers. It's probably the most difficult thing in the industry to do as a small independent company or a solo man and van. It's very difficult to get your own independent customers, your own end-user customers. I've only got a few. Last year, 2020, was going to be my big push to get more and more. And then I got screwed by COVID. So even the gods don't want me to have customers. But you can see the difficulties of getting them. So how do we do it? Stomping the pavement, handing out business cards, going in and speaking to people personally. I can't stress this one enough. You can phone people up all day long. You can send messages all day long. It's very easy to say no to a text message. It's a little bit harder to say no to a phone call. It's very hard to say no to someone face to face. That's why I suggest go there, speak to these people. Hi, do you need a courier? Here's my business card. You don't want it at the moment? Don't worry. Hold on to that. As soon as you need a courier, give me a call. Week later, hey, I was here last week. How's things going? How's the business going? Have a chat. Build a relationship. I keep saying it, and I always will. Build relationships. It might come to nothing. It might come to a contract that's going to pay you thousands of pounds. I'm willing to throw enough shit against the wall to see how much sticks in my situation. Or anyone's situation, especially if you're new. If you're finding it hard to get work, if you're literally bidding on work and you're really difficult, get out there, speak to these people. You can't right now, COVID's a cunt. But get out there and speak to people. This is the only way it will work. The only other way, which is actually a very good technique, become friends with someone who works there and get in through the back door. It's a lot easier to get in the door if you know someone who works there already, because they can recommend you, and a recommendation is gold dust. Someone can recommend you to the right person and give you that opportunity, and you do a good job, you have got the job, it's yours, you're sorted. But you need that person to have a recommendation. And this is why I say build relationships, because if you're going into these places regularly and you're building those relationships, sooner or later you're giving yourself a recommendation. Because when if their career screws up, and you've gone in there every week, once a week for the last 3 months, and you're friendly with them and they're chatting to you and how's it going and and you might buy something just for the sake of bloody buying it so they remember you. As soon as that next skipper messes up, you're the first person on the list. Build those relationships. I will say it till the day I die or retire or don't give a shit anymore. But build those relationships. They are invaluable. Now you might think, oh, there's got to be some other secret trick. There'll be some other way where you can do it. No. Hard work, perseverance, building relationships, it's the only way. It's a long, slow frustrating process getting your own customers. You might get one the first time you walk in a place. You might go in and go, hey, I'm Big Beardy, I'm a courier. Do you need a courier? Fantastic, let's do this. That could happen. But it's certainly not going to happen every time you go into a place. It's not even going to happen every 10 times or every 100 times. You could be stomping days for days for days, but it's worthwhile in the long run. Hope this helps some of you people out there. I don't know if it has, but this is how I do it. Everything I say is a recommendation. It's the way I would do it. It's just my opinion. You might have a better way of doing this. And if you have, let me know, because I want to know. I want more customers. Why wouldn't I? So if you have a better way of doing it and it's working for you, let me know. I would love to know. But please like, comment and subscribe. And as always, be safe out there and have a great day.